With the story coming out of the courts this morning, former VBS Bank CFO Philip Truter intends pleading guilty. He appeared in the Specialized Commercial Crimes Court in Palm Ridge this morning. Truter is the 8th suspect arrested in connection with the VBS Bank heist. He couldn't appear in court with the other 7 last month as he was in quarantine for COVID-19 at the time. Truter faces fraud, theft, money laundering, corruption and racketeering charges. The 7 other suspects were granted bail of 100,000 rand each. Over 2 billion rand went missing from the mutual bank. So let's take you live now to Palm Ridge Regional Court and eNCA's Tseho Ajomo-Achi with the update. Tseho, what took place in court this morning?
Well, good morning, Tula. So what took place today, as you've mentioned, that Philip Truter appeared in court. He is, of course, the 8th suspect in the VBS saga. And he, as you've mentioned, intends to plead guilty. He has been granted bail of 50,000 rand with strict conditions and has been told that he needs to return in court on the 8th of October. So he is currently in conversations, from what we heard from the state. He is in conversations with the state in negotiations for a plea agreement.
Sure. Any other details, Tseho, that came out? Because, you know, in the course of applying for bail, usually you're seeking to make the case that actually it's in the interests of justice for you to be, you know, allowed out on bail. And usually we get a glimpse of some of the details on how the person intends to plead, and we've seen that bit of detail. But what else did he outline in making the case for bail?
Absolutely, Tulasizwe, you are very correct in that. So he spoke extensively about how this case has caused him quite a bit of stress. He also says that he's not a flight risk, that he will not communicate with any of the witnesses, of course speaking through his lawyer and via a written statement as well. And he also says that there's a lot that has come through with this particular case. He says that his family has also had some negative consequences on the family. And we also understand that his mental illness has also taken a dive, that he's now not completely mentally well. We understand that he is expected to be admitted into the Vista Clinic in Centurion this afternoon. And he also says that because of the financial stress that he's been under, he's been unable to get work since 2018 when he actually resigned from VBS as the CFO. And he also says that because of that, he's been under a lot of financial strain. Him and his family have really suffered financially. So he says that he will not definitely be interacting with any of the witnesses, and saying that he will ensure that he appears in court every time that he needs to be in court.
Any word from the prosecution, Tseho? I imagine that, you know, this helps their case somewhat, depending on, of course, what the details will be of whatever plea agreement he may end up entering into with the prosecution. Did the prosecution say anything in response to his application for bail and some of the details that he revealed?
Well, to us, none of this was opposed, so his application for bail was not opposed. The amount as well of 50,000 rand not opposed. So it seems there already is an agreement between Philip Truter and the prosecution in this matter. And they are saying that they will obviously be in touch with him if need be, or be in touch with his lawyer to ensure that they work in a meaningful environment, and to ensure that things actually move smoothly. So the prosecution really highlighting most of the things that were said by Philip Truter's lawyer, W.H. Hutting, and really just talking about the way forward now. And they are satisfied with the 8th of October when all the other suspects, so there will be 8 suspects in this particular court appearing on the 8th of October related to this VBS matter, and that will also include Philip Truter. You would remember, to us, that Philip did not appear in court with all the other 7 because he was in isolation after testing positive for COVID-19.
All right, thank you for that. That's eNCA's Tsehoajo Moahi live for us at the Palm Ridge Regional Court with that breaking news there of the former CFO of VBS Mutual Bank, that's Philip Truter, indicating during his bail application that he intends to plead guilty to the charges that have been proffered by the state against him. I wonder what spanner in the works this throws for the other accused in the matter. Will Philip Truter be singing like a canary, and what are the implications? What documentary evidence does he bring to bear in his case that has implications for other people who are accused? Remember, the other suspects are insisting on their innocence. So the stage is set then for the 8th of October. Tsehoacho Moahi reporting there. To this now.